it's Tennessee and Tarotist here. I did a little bit of channeling before I came on, and I have a list of things that have kind of already led and guided this message for whoever this resonates with, regardless of whatever you've got in your natal chart. Always remember that this could be energy of somebody around you, even if they're not in your present space. That's how energy works. It's fluid. It's not linear or chronological. So if somebody even not in your reality right now, like 3D, like around you physically, is invested or encroaching on your energy, then this could be them coming through here. So stick around, see what happens. I like to meditate to music. It's just, it hits me right. And there were two songs that struck me during this whole thing. And one of them was Lie in Our Graves by Dave Matthews Band. And the other one was a newer song called Maybe by Louis Capaldi. And at one point he literally says, "How come I'm the only one who seems to get in my way?" And the whole way through, like while I was shuffling all the cards, and I like to use several, right? I like to use several. I always start out with the soul cards. This message seems to be coming through of somebody who wants something desperately, and they're kind of like fighting themselves on it. Like, I just see this image of like the strength card, like almost like on this wheel, right? Like Jeopardy. Like, is it upright? Is it reversed? Like, when's it gonna stop turning? Like, somebody can restrain themselves 1 minute and not the next. And like in this whole Dave Matthews song, he's literally talking about being overcome with water, which in tarot, water is the cups, it's emotions, it's feeling, it's love, right? Love that shit. And I just get this idea of like somebody fantasizing or dreaming about something that they just desire from a very pure place. Not to make it crass, it really feels like something that is coming from the heart space. Like, it's not genitals talking, right? So one of the ways that I channel or kind of meditate when I'm laying out cards is I pay attention to what grabs my attention when I'm shuffling. And I wait for cards to flop out in reading, so it tends to take me longer. So I shuffle off camera. And I made some notes here of things that stood out to me as I was shuffling these decks. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 of those are tarot decks. Well, technically 11. And some of the things that stood out to me in these different decks were the idea of nomad. So somebody with very full-like energy, somebody taking a risk, striking out on their own, right? A nomad leaves a settlement to go into like unknown territory, right? It's a very like Sagittarian, like Knight of Wands energy, like somebody that's on like a quest, right? Like the Fool. And then I got woman. So maybe you're dealing with one, whatever. I got one enchanted evening. That piqued my interest, to be completely honest with you. We could all use one of those, right? I got separation and playfulness out of the same deck, the Romance Angels, which is a good old standby. Those cards are brutal. So I get this idea of like a past energy, like something that you're already familiar with, and like playing with it, right? Like playing with fire almost. I got Don't Stop and Perfect Timing out of the Crystal Angels deck, this one. And this shit is brutal. Like, I'll just tell you, that deck is not usually very friendly to me whenever I've used it personally. So, and honestly, it was one of the first decks I ever got. We all grow and learn and develop, so there's some intuition that comes into play here with using any of these, right? Learn not to quite take it quite so literally. I got Passion off this Chakra Healing deck. I'm not exactly sure if that's Chakra Insight Oracle. It was what was on the bottom when I opened the box after the last time I'd used it, but it was literally what stood out to me in this. Passion, root chakra, right? Red, fiery, more fire. Lots of desire at play here. And then I used a Black Moon Astrology deck, and what stood out to me in that, and at one point when I was shuffling, I split the deck to like bridge it again, was Saturn Return. And what was hyphenated after that was age. So it's like this idea of like karma bringing, the universe bringing somebody back around that's grown. Very much have this idea of like past energy returning. When I was shuffling these, well, I've got this Tarot of Heart, which I know is kind of contentious because it's really only, it's kind of like the Abitha Tarot or Oracle or whatever it's called. It's just major arcana. I like it because you can use it for very specific things, you know, like who are you dealing with, this kind of a thing. Like, I like it. One, what stood out on that one was the High Priestess and the Hermit, which is beautiful, right? Soul searching, self-isolation, to develop like this inner spiritual knowing, like you know more than what you're letting out, and that's it, right? Even the Christian Bible tells us, like, you have 2 ears, 1 mouth, like you should listen more than you speak. Proverbs at some point tells us it's better to be a fool and silent than to open your mouth and prove it. So like very much this idea of learning from your environment, keeping quiet, and really integrating that knowledge. And then I can just say that like I shuffled much longer than I normally do. So now that we're almost 8 minutes into this, let's just get to the cards, right? Let's see what comes out. So two songs. Maybe by Louis Capaldi and Lie in Our Graves by Dave Matthews Band. So I'm going to start with the soul cards. Let's see what is going on here. I've gotten way too much out of that. But I just really feel compelled to keep this bottom one because he keeps coming up for me, even in my personal readings. Very much this idea, and I'll show it to you, but this idea of this masculine, like, studying a situation. Like, he knows what does it for him. And it's like this whole idea of, shit, that's a challenge, right? This is a lot to take on. And then I've got 2 more. And in both of these, and I've pulled this one for myself like 2 days in a row. You saw how big that deck was. At first, it looks like she's bleeding something out. But then when I look at this, it's like, no, she's being filled up with something to do with this root chakra energy and this purple, which comes through as like crown, third eye kind of thing. And then here, spirit is filling somebody up with water. Goes right back to that Dave Matthews thing. And I see this as one energy, a masculine energy, and then this, honestly, as another. And this could be like mutual, but these wanted to come out together. So for now, I'm going to read this as one thing. Just confirmation that this is very much a filling up, right? And I always want to take note of how full her pelvis. Looks like she's like conceived something, birthing something, right? She's just being filled full. Like the feminine is very much the sacral, right? So let's see what's going on here. This is the Divine Doors, I think it's called. Yeah, Divine Doors. Little mini deck. They all look different. I like it. Let's see what we get. Birth. Okay, well, there you go. She's been filled up with something. Somebody pregnant out there trying to be. Another gateway appears in view. New life is unfolding with blessings to you. Well, that's beautiful. Spirit's literally here to fill somebody up with something that is going to birth something absolutely beautiful. I want to say something flipped here. Let me look. I don't see anything. The elements. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water combine to create powerful protective boundaries. Spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. So I get two things off this. One, somebody is aligning heart, mind, actions, all of this, right? Efforts. But also that there's an element of protection here. So that leads me to believe that there's an issue, that there is an aspect of needing or feeling the need for protection. Let's see what we get out of this Romance Angels deck. I really get the idea of a returning energy. Like somebody who's tried to restrain themselves. So, let go of control issues. This one literally trying to protect his heart and staring at that flame like, ooh, I might get burned, right? An engagement. Higher level of commitment at play here, and I think that might be why this person's taking this so seriously. But if you'll notice one thing, water is going to put out fire. Look at how much water you got here. You might have passion for something, but it ain't going to stand a chance to where your heart really lies, right? I just kind of get that off this. So let's see what else we can get here. Control, right? Like that is the strength, like restraint, right? Like if you believe, no need to worry. If you believe, what are you manifesting? Is it sloppy? Are you unconsciously manifesting from fear? This individual right here might be. I don't think this individual is. She looks pretty fucking receiving. She open, right? Alright. What else we got? I just felt the need to cut this deck, and I'm not sure why, because I've already shuffled it. But I cut two emotions. Feelings, expression, moods, and balance. I feel like somebody is wanting to open up and say something, but they don't know which way to approach it from. See if anything else wants to come out. Yep. So I get intelligence with a 9. Somebody's trying to close out a cycle here. There was an 11 on this card, which is a master number. Intelligence, education, knowledge, perception, flexibility. I think somebody, this to me feels like a head versus heart decision. Literally head versus heart. So let's keep going. I just really like that Dave Matthews song, right? Just fighting himself the whole way through. North Node, life's purpose. With Virgo, I analyze. There you go. What are you called to? And what are you trying to reason out? It sounds like there's a bit of a conflict here, and we've got another 9 and a 6. So, 2 9s. I'm kind of wondering if I should pull this first or tarot. I'm going to pull tarot first. I've never used this before. I think this is the mystical. What's it called? Yeah, mystical tarot. I got it off Amazon. I want to see about this guy. We all have masculine and feminine energy, so this could all be going on within you. Could very, very much be an internal debate going on here. This could very much be the story of somebody who's being called to birth something, right? Head and heart are kind of fighting one another on this. Alright, so I've got the Knight of Cups. This energy right here is very much wanting to make an emotional offer. The Knight of Cups is a very dreamy energy. This guy only follows his heart, which is ruled by emotions largely, right? Not necessarily ruled by, but it's all in this same wheelhouse of like water cups, this kind of a thing. So for that reason, the Knight of Cups doesn't necessarily stick around, but he's upright. So we're going to take that to be that he's upstanding with good intentions. Let's see what else we can get for this. This masculine energy that's staring at this flame, and to me that very much looks like the Ace of Wands, right? Like this spark, this idea, this new beginning, and holding himself back from it, just analyzing it, right? That very Virgoing, if that's a word, saying, you know what, I know this is what my heart's called to. It feels so right. Maybe it doesn't necessarily make sense. And they are studying the ever-living shit out of it. So here we get the Page of Cups in the reverse. Lot of water. This is all heart space right here. The Page of Cups in the reverse is very naive energy. And then here on the bottom, overall, we've got the Judgment card. This is literally making a judgment call, like, should I, shouldn't I? Right? Somebody is making a judgment call, and the Judgment card before it, I had one come out and I haven't even looked at it yet. The Judgment card is Scorpio, return energy. This talks about like the return of a past life soulmate. Very, very strong. And then we've got the Six of Wands. I always see the Six of Wands as somebody who, in the upright, very much concerned with wanting someone or others to think well of them. It can be ego, especially if it's in the reverse, but here it's like, no, I've got to come in, I've got to do it a right way, a big way. I've got to do this right, is what I hear. So over here with this very feminine energy who is connected to the divine, this to me looks very much like High Priestess with the Magician, like tell me what I need to do, talk to me kind of thing. And Spirit is filling her up. What's going on over here? And remember, I just feel compelled to remind, like, we all have masculine and feminine energy. So this is Libra. This is Justice in the reverse. Justice in the reverse. This is not a misfortune, but something that's this is unfairness. Something's not just. Somebody could be praying for forgiveness, like, please help me forgive this injustice kind of a thing. Something's not fair. Feels like somebody's full of emotion over an unfairness that's befallen them. And somebody just, it looks like, very much wants to work their way through it. Like, please lead me past this. And then I get the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups talks about fun times with, family, friends, get-togethers, going out, partying, having a good time. It also talks about reconnections. Not reconciliations, but reconnections. So in that regard, Judgment, Three of Cups, kind of a similar energy. Judgment's much heavier. And if you'll look here, he looks, well, here. Where is he? I'm trying to, without the glare, it's ridiculous. He looks much more invested in what's going on here, like that his eyes are wide open. To me, that's kind of active. And over here, you get eyes closed on both of these. This to me looks more passive, like somebody just tell me what I need to do. Kind of more passive. Sorry. I don't have a best. I haven't figured out the setup yet. I have one fly. I have got the Tower. So somebody, this is Scorpionic energy, somebody's very much prayed for almost like a divine intervention here. And it looks like that is very much coming. It looks like possibly what's going on here is a reconnection with somebody that's very much unexpected, that's very much trying to put forth effort into something here. Over an injustice. I want one more over here. The Sword of Truth, the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords. So this is cutting through the bullshit, right? This is getting down to brass tacks. And here on the bottom is the Devil in reverse. I love that combination with the Ace of Swords. This is somebody releasing demons, some sort of self-imposed bondage, and coming in with one last shot with the Sword of Truth, right? This very much feels like somebody getting something off their chest, and it looks like it's very much unexpected. So to look at all of this, we've got someone over here who is kind of contemplating, how can I come in and basically win this person's respect, approval of sorts. But it's like they've decided this is what I've got to do, right? Judgment, Knight of Cups, like this is what I've got to do. This is some sort of appeal. And then over here, it's like there's an injustice, and then there's like this unexpected, or like this get together with this unexpected event. And then like this idea of Nine of Wands, like one last push, like I'm exhausted, but one last push, Sword of Truth, right? Clarity. So I want to see what this final decision is over here with this Judgment card. See if we can get some more specifics on that. Because when you go back to this no need to worry, it looks like this person's probably worried, like, am I going to be done wrong again? And this person over here, I think, is possibly wondering if their offers or their apologies going to be accepted. So possibly some control issues, right? Like very much ego versus love here. Tale as old as time, right? But let's look at this Judgment. Like, got the Seven of Cups in the reverse. See how Star of Tarot is beautiful. This is, I know exactly what I want, and that goes so beautifully with Judgment. This is the Three of Cups in the reverse. This is alienation. And the Magician in the upright, or in the reverse, I'm sorry. This is by whatever means necessary. So, the Three of Cups can talk about a third-party situation. The Seven of Cups talks about, I have options, I want that one. Like, very much picking out something from a crowd. And the Magician in the reverse, which is typically a nasty energy, is strictly, I will do whatever I have to do. Judgment energy at play here. I will do whatever it takes. And on the bottom is this Knight of Cups in the upright again. Okay? With this emotional offer. So we've got a double confirmation over here. I want to look at this Tower on this side where this Feminine is. What is this Tower about? Lots of water and fire here. This is hot water we dealing with. Hot water. The Moon in reverse. This is a revelation. Something coming to the surface that's apparently unexpected, sudden. With the Five of Swords in the reverse, this is like, this is really honestly kind of similar to the Moon in reverse. The Moon in reverse is a disclosure of information. Well, the Five of Swords reversed is telling the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God, right? Where there had been mind games and like arguments and futile discussions before, that's not the case anymore. The Seven of Swords. This could either be about a lying, cheating, sneaking around scenario, or somebody's being very strategic about the words they use to disclose something because they want to put forth more effort. They're telling the truth, but they want something. So I'm going to go ahead and skip to, I will just say this, Wheel of Fortune's on the bottom. That's nice. I like that. With the Three of Swords in the reverse. Time to get over some heartbreak, yo. And I will just add this again. I gotta stop looking at the bottom. It's just too good. Nine of Wands underneath that again. Double confirmation. Somebody is wanting to put forth one last push. Very much energy here of a past person that broke your heart. Or a past situation that left you very disappointed if this is not a love thing for you. So let's look at this Nine of Wands. So I have a mess out here. It could be a messy situation that you're dealing with. I've got the Two of Wands and the upright. Somebody has literally been looking for a sign, a message, a something to make a decision. Okay. Eight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, it's like this normally, but this is returning. They can't get away from a situation and find happiness. They've got to come back. So let's look at this Ace of Swords in the upright. the Four of Wands in the reverse. This is unstable. This is the party's over. Hermit in the reverse. This is I got isolated, right? So an injustice came out. Yeah. Five of Wands with 10. Five of Wands in the reverse. This is the end of conflict, the end of competition. Ten of Pentacles. This is what this is all banking on. Like, that's what all of this is banking on, is somebody's long-term happiness. I want to see about this injustice, just to be nosy. It's different for everyone. But some sort of injustice was imparted here. Had to do with conflict, competition, disappointment, something like that. And the time is ripe for basically karma to be cleared here. Somebody has made the decision to come back around and try. And on the bottom, I get... So, to clarify this injustice, the Eight of Swords upright. So, somebody refusing to see something with the Knight of Swords. He can be aggressive. This could be, you know, any number of things. The Knight of Swords is straightforward, brutal, can be communication. Not warm and fuzzy for sure. About the Knight of Wands. Impulsive action somebody took. What's that about? The Six of Pentacles. Somebody might have been given to someone else. Strength in the reverse. This is temptation, right? Unable to not give to other people, and with death in the reverse, like a complete refusal to change. So beneath that, Two of Cups in the reverse. This is a breakup, a dissolution of an agreement, a contract, and what could have been had here would have been the Ten of Cups, right? Like, this is what was there. And then Lovers in reverse. This is a bad decision with the Ace of Swords. So some sort of truth came out here. Take it as it resonates with you. We'll get a couple of these and close this out. I know this has gone on for a while. I want to know about what's coming now. This critter right here looks like he's plotting, planning to do something, like a healthy Seven of Swords energy. Not acted on it yet. Hard head versus heart decision kind of decision here, and it's like this is a soul contract, but they're analyzing it to death, and I think it's because they're afraid they're going to be told no, because they put somebody through hell. So what's going to come after this situation? The Bear, boss, CEO, bully, mama bear, protective. And then we get the Fish, which is about abundance, right? And it's something incoming, abundance incoming. And then the Archer, right on target. Somebody, and I think it's this masculine energy, is bound and damn determined that they are going to have abundance. And yeah, they're gonna be happy. And I've got the hummingbird with the squirrel. Like, somebody, I think when they make their decision, they're gonna be off like a rocket with the bellows here. Leo energy, there's such strength card, right? Somebody's done grown the heck up. Look at that. We ain't the Knight of Wands no more, are we? Somebody's wisened up to where true abundance lies, I think. And they are right on track. Right where they should be. And this whole idea, like the elements have come together, the stars have aligned, like something beautiful is about to be birthed here. Now, if this is coming to your doorstep, of course it's always up to you. omen. Something coming in quickly. I'll just say that. I would just say to get ready, because once this person makes their mind up that that's what they're doing, it very much looks like they're going to come in strong. Because this is what fell out on the ground. The Wheel of Fortune, the Falcon, rising above, right, deceptive ways. With the Sun card, we all know that the Sun, divine masculine energy, is the most positive card in the tarot. It trumps everything else in the key. They done figured it out. Spirit has done come in here and helped them to figure it the hell out. And now it looks like they're very much suiting up in this masculine energy, and they are taking that key and running to unlock it, right? Because they're 10 of Pentacles, right here. That real, tangible, happily ever after is what's on the table. So I'm going to pull Tarot of the Heart and see what comes out overall for this. It's a very thin deck, so it's kind of harder to shuffle. I got the Star in reverse, so I always think of unanswered prayers with this. With the Hanged Man, somebody needed a new take, a new perspective on this. With the Magician, somebody taking steps to make something happen because they gained new perspective, they grew, they put themselves, or they got put in a timeout chair and they've got a new perspective on things. And then all of that, I got the Sun again. The Sun again. So all of this with the Hierophant on the bottom. So just in these majors out here already, we've got Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Virgo, Gemini, Leo, and then Taurus. We can all channel these energies at any given time. So if your sign came out or what you're dealing with, all the better. If not, whatever. You know if this is for you or not. But unanswered prayers, rejection is protection. So even if you feel like something is meant for you, it might not be the right time. It might be that they have growing to do, right? It's like placing an order at a restaurant. You can demand your food to be brought out right then, but if it's not ready, you're going to get some undercooked shit. You're going to end up with food poisoning and then get sick, right? So sit back, fill you up with all the love and goodness and joy that Spirit has to offer. And when your order is ready, it's going to come right to you. Okay? When you feel convicted to move, you will, and don't do it a minute sooner. God bless.